Hi, in this video I will be talking about how I turned my notes from this to this. Back in the days I didn't know how to use my tablet, so I will share with you everything I learned throughout years. So let's get started with digital note-taking, which is really popular these days. I will go through the digital note-taking apps that I've tried so far. I'll start with Samsung Notes since I have a Samsung tablet. It's very simple and doesn't feel overwhelming at all. It doesn't offer many built-in app templates, but you can change the background color very easily. Unfortunately, there is no option for landscape templates. For that reason, I created a landscape template and uploaded it to my Freebie library. If you are interested in that, you can import it to your notes. It has all the tools you will need for basic digital note-taking, different pen options, highlighters, eraser, lasso tool, and so much more. Something you have to know is that you can change the font of your text in Samsung Notes, and this feature is not available for years. These are my actual study notes on Samsung Notes. I can say this is the most used app on my tablet. It's completely free, so you can give it a try. As I said, there aren't many template options on this app, so I either use my hyperlinked notebook or the templates I created. You can download these ones from my Freebie library and so much more. I created them because you guys like it, so you can just go and download. There is nothing needed. Last thing I have to mention is that some people get confused. Digital note-taking isn't like a fill-in app. It's more like traditional note-taking, but on a tablet. You're using a pen and a highlighter. It offers more than traditional note-taking, of course, but you can tap on a block and fill it. There is actually one app that offers this feature, but I will talk about it later. For now, let's move to NoteShelf app. NoteShelf is one of the oldest note-taking apps available on Android. I started digital notes on it. I still like this app, but what you can see is that my notes don't look good at all because I didn't know how to take notes back then, how to organize everything. So this is why I think this video will be helpful for you. I will talk about what I learned about digital note-taking once we review all the note apps. So we can say NoteShelf is a very clean and simple app. It doesn't have much feature, but I can say for a basic note-taking, it's more than enough. Our next app is StarNote. It has a very simple and clean interface while still offering all the features that you will ever need. I recently discovered this app and I really liked it. It's really similar to Samsung Notes when it comes to simplicity, but it offers so much more than Samsung Notes, especially custom fonts is everything. You can change the background color to any color. You can switch to landscape, the portrait. There is washi tape and other tools, so I highly recommend it. This app is really affordable, so you should check it out. Notes is a very feature-rich app. It includes a wide range of tools, templates, stickers, and more. It's very fun to use, but it can feel a bit overwhelming if you just look for very basic app. I think it's very good for people that really likes to decorate their notes and just have fun while note taking. So if you would like to make aesthetic notes, you should definitely give this app a try. Flexel is a very good app that I don't think it gets enough attention, even though it has been around for a really long time. I especially like it because it works really well for PDF reading. Most note-taking apps don't have this feature. You can easily change the background of PDF for easy reading. You can create pop-up note to take notes on it. I highly recommend this app if you are reading PDFs and annotate on them. I found Milanote app while I was planning my trip. I was looking for an app that allows you to use map or YouTube video or any link that you attached inside the Note app. Normally, note-taking apps doesn't work like that. However, Milanote actually allows you to add links, add YouTube videos. You can even swipe in the map that you attached in your notes. So this app is working different than the other apps that I can say. I'm using the free version right now, but I will definitely upgrade soon because this app is just working perfectly. I've heard a lot about Free Notes and Notewise. These are really nice, but I haven't tried them yet. For Good Notes, I can say it doesn't work as good as it does on iPad. After our review of note-taking apps, let's talk about note-taking system. For titles, you can use a brush pen, and for writing, use a normal pen. Ballpoint pen is better, so I don't recommend you to use brush pens for the body text. I usually zoom in and keep the zoom level same so I can write in the same size consistently. I recommend writing smaller and use narrow line templates, makes things so much more cleaner, but this part was honestly confusing for me at first. I used a lot of templates and none of them was working fine for me. Wide templates didn't help me at all. I think I needed narrow line templates, but mostly apps doesn't have them. I don't know the reason, but it is not helpful, at least for me. I want to see everything together. I really recommend you to think about the structure of the notes and create sections, subsections, lists, use colors and different pens to make everything organized. Bookmark the page so you can easily find them. Just think about what you do on traditional note-taking and apply it into digital note-taking. I can say you should try different styles like dark mode, white, colorful layout, but don't get stuck in choosing because this is what I did and my notes was really complicated. In the end, the main goal is just to take notes for efficiency, for you to learn better. One thing that really helped me is that I take notes really messy and quickly in lectures, and then later I rewrite everything in a cleaner way, so it's like study twice and taking notes efficiently. Another important thing is that how you manage your PDFs and lecture slides. Most of the time our teachers gave us loads of papers to read. Back in the days I didn't have an organization system. Not only this, but also I didn't have a tablet and I had to carry them all with me anywhere. I really like to read on physical paper, but it's really not easy to carry and organize everything and search something that you need. So tablets are really handy at this point. So if you have a tablet, I think it's really important that you have a system for PDF management. For this reason, I'm using new PDF app because it makes PDF management so much more easier. It has a lot of features: scanning documents, converting files, annotating, organizing page, and editing the PDF file. So you can edit any paragraph. You can move elements or delete them if you don't want to, which you can do this most of the note-taking apps. When I'm studying on a PDF, I open my note-taking app and use PDF in multi-screen view. I highlight the important things on PDF and list the important points in my note-taking app as well. I think this repetition is really helpful if you're a note-taking learner, but it can be also time-consuming if you're a busy student. I know AI student tools are really popular these days. It can be really helpful as a support if you are in a nerd or you need help. So this app also has features like ask questions to PDF, summarize, translate. You can ask it to create your mind maps. It can be really helpful if you need these tools. So this is the app that I'm mostly using for PDF reading. If you're interested in, I highly recommend you to check it out. It also has a student discount and an exclusive discount right now. It's really affordable than the other options. You can use it on all your devices with one license, and you can upload files to cloud, so it's easy to find them on all your devices. I also use my tablet for reading. I really like physical books, but it's not always possible to have them so I really like to read on my app that's called Moon Reader. I shared the tutorial how I do this page swipe thing. This app is a little bit confusing, but once you set everything up, I think it's so nice and I really like it. And I will attach the tutorial on this video so you can go check them out. I also use flashcards to study. You can use Quizlet or something else, but this app, especially for language learning, it's really suitable for language learning anyway. And it has you can add examples, different languages and everything. I really like this app, so I purchased it actually because it is paid, but I highly recommend if you are interested in an app like this. It really helps a lot. I also really like to use my tablet as a timer. I like Forest app, Study Bunny, Flight Focus. Flip Clock also has a timer as well. I recommend you to check them out. Since having a tablet gives you a lot more possibilities, I also want to show some Samsung features that I find really helpful. These features may vary depending on your device. You can use split screen view to open 2 or more apps at the same time, which is really helpful for multitasking. You can also open apps in pop-up menu by drag and drop from the edge panel or taskbar. You can drag a window by its handle to move it into Samsung Dex. You can also create multiple desktops and switch between them from the recent view. You can drag and drop images directly into your note-taken app to add visuals to your notes. If you tap the S Pen button, you can access different tools. There is Magnify tool, AI Select tool, and the other ones. My favorite is the Translate tool. You can just hover the S Pen over a word and see the translation, which is really helpful for language learning. You can AI Select. It is actually like a screenshot, but it recognizes the thing and search online for it or extract the text on the screen. You can also capture the screen and pin it on the screen. I think it's really helpful for students as well. You can record an audio and transcribe it really easily. On Samsung Internet, there are built-in tools like Summarize and Translate, which can be really useful while reading online. There is something that you should really try on Samsung Internet. There is an extension that blocks all the ads, and there are so much more features that you can try on your Samsung tablet, but this video is gonna be so much long, so I have to end it here. I really hope you found this video helpful. I got my first tablet in my last year of university as a gift from my dad. At that time, I don't think I was able to make the most of it because there weren't many tutorials and apps back in the days. If you're interested in more tutorials, you can follow me on my social media platforms, and I would really like to see you next time. Bye!